Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are on with Kay. You know what it is. So this is gonna be a quick topic, quick discussion. That $1,500 bill, that $1,500 tab that was going that viral video where the people was arguing in the restaurant. What y'all think about that? Chime in, give your into the chat. Tell me what you think. I should drop. Let me drop the link in case somebody want to come in and be live and drop their opinion. You don't even have to show your face. You could just come on under your avatar, whatever. But here's the link right here for anybody who is trying to join the chat. Let's talk about it. So that $1,500 bill, this is my opinion and this is my thoughts. I feel like there's a solution to how this works, how it goes down. So I think it all depends on the type of people you go out with. And you know what I'm saying, as far as reading the room, as far as reading, you know what I'm saying, know who you're dealing with, who you're going out with. I have a certain group of people that I go out with sometimes, and we go to places like Hibachi, and we go to restaurants and stuff. And what happens is I have one of the people in there, they always like put it on their card or whatever, or they put it on their card and we all pay the money. But basically what we do is that's group of people, we usually just split the bill. So if it's $600 and it's 10 of us, wait, how much is that? $60 each. Yeah, $60 each, and then we'll add on a tip, whatever. Then there's a group of people that I'll go without, not even mention their names, but they cheap. They don't like the tip. They don't like to pay for. They just wouldn't be a person that I'd take somewhere and split the bill. So it's all about knowing who you're going out with. Anyway, so since I know this group of people that I go out with, who I can go out and whatever, we split the bill, that's not an issue. But the people that, like when you go out to the restaurant, the people was arguing and saying, oh, I only had this, why should I pay for all of this? Now, I can agree with them in a sense, because not for nothing. You go out with a group of people, right? And the bill is supposed to be split evenly. And Johnny over here, Johnny don't, he had a fish and chips. Fish and chips is $15. He had one drink. His food is $25, whatever. Then you have Nancy over here. Nancy don't order steak. She don't order lobster. She don't order 5 drinks. Her bill is like $100 and some or whatever. Now, when it's time to come to pay, when you divide it amongst the people, the person whose meal is $150, they only end up paying $60 for their meal after you divide it up or whatever, because other people may not have gotten such expensive meal, whatever. And to me, that's really kind of not fair. So I understand where these people are coming from. It's like, why should I have to pay for this person's meal? Because some people do come in and take advantage. Some people do come in and be like, well, since we split the bill, I'm going to go all in. They ordered $200 worth of stuff, and now it's time to split the bill, and they only got to pay $100 toward their meal. But they ate and they drank up a storm. So in a sense, I get it. But the way to combat this is how I would do it, and this is how I do it when I go out with that group of friends, like I said, who don't want to tip, who not really trying to split the bill like that. When you go down and sit at the table, right, and you look at the menu has prices on it. So if you look down and you look at your menu and you say, okay, and this will solve a lot of problems, and it'll make it easier, because let me tell y'all a story. I was so damn embarrassed, I almost lost it. I was so embarrassed. I was invited out to a birthday dinner, and it was at an upscale restaurant in Manhattan, because I'm from New York. It was in the city. So beautiful restaurant. Now, when you go in this restaurant, you can tell that these people have money. You can tell that when they're sitting at the table, that's probably like 1 or 2 people at that table that may pull out and pay for everything. You can tell it's not a situation where everybody's chipping in just by the whole ambiance of everything. Because we definitely got the looks when we got it, because it's about, I think it was about 10 of us, and we're black, and we come in this upscale restaurant. We're really like the only black people in there, so we got the looks automatically. And at the end of the night, okay, so And then we got racially profiled. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to side with these people and say I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like, look at what's going on here. So anyway, we eat, we drink, we be merry. Now this is one of those restaurants where it's like $85 a plate. You get and the portions are like really tiny. Portions are really tiny. And the drinks are like $15, $20, whatever. But they're good drinks, and you can get a big old drink for that amount. But anyway, it's one of those upscale places where, dessert came and it was like this really small brownie fudge thing, whatever. But it's one of those places where you get a tiny amount of food, but it's really rich and it's filling because it's high quality food. Anyway, so at the end of the night, the bill came. I saw the bill get looked at. A head was shaked. Then the bill got passed on to someone else. Then the bill got looked at and head shake. And I'm saying to myself, oh God, it's about to go down up in here. And I'm just not about to be a part of this bullshit. So like I said, the meal was about $85. I got a drink. I only had one drink. The drinks were stiff as shit. So I had one drink. So my meal came out to $100. I gave them $115. That was my plan, to pay between $115 and $120, because I figured it would cover my meal, and plus it would give a decent amount of tip if we all gave $10 at this expensive upscale restaurant. If we at least each gave between $10 and $15, that the waitress would get $150 tip, because this is that type of establishment. I saw a pen come out. Then I saw a calculator come out. Almost fainted. I said, oh God. Now at that moment, there was chatter across the table about how much is what and this and this and that. Now I see a waiter just standing at the table. He just standing there. He ain't moved yet. I got the impression that he came over there to make sure we don't slide up out the restaurant. Because who comes to this type of establishment and pulls out a calculator? And that's why I said I'm not siding with it, but in a sense, like I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. We pulled out, not me, but they pulled out calculators, and they're pointing at stuff and looking at each other, scratching their heads, shaking their heads. Everybody's looking around. I'm sitting at the table, so embarrassed, out of my wits. I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there. I took out my money. I'm ready to pay. Put my money down. Y'all take it, whatever. Y'all work amongst yourselves. It was so embarrassing. So those are the type of scenarios I don't want to be in. The thing is, I got in this situation because I don't even know. I didn't really know. I knew the birthday girl and a couple of the people, but I don't know all of them like that. That I go out on a regular basis with them to know how they get down in a restaurant. So we ended up paying a bill. You know what was crazy? There was one female who came in, and she came in like we had already ate dinner. So they said she was going to arrive late to the party. So she came in and she sat down and she grabbed the drink menu. And she came in there like she was all big Willie, yada, yada, yada. She's looking at the menu. She's pointing, looking like, yeah. I'm like, all right, big dog. She's looking at the menu. She gets a drink. Now, remember, I told you these drinks were $15. So me, if I'm buying a drink for $15, in this type of establishment, I'll probably give you $20 for the drink. Anyway. So the drink comes, you drink the drink. We're finished at the end of the night. When it's time for the end of the night to pay, don't you know this girl pulled out $10 and gave it to the put it in? I didn't say anything because I paid for my shit. So I'm not worried about what you got going on. Once I pay for my shit, you do whatever you want to do. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know this girl didn't. In my mind, I'm like, the cheapest drink on here is $15. And she put $10 in. And I'm thinking to myself, why did you even come here? You came all the way down here to sit down for the last 10 minutes of the meal to get a drink that you didn't even fully pay for. But anyway, so that's happened, and that makes me that makes me worry about who I go out with, because it was embarrassing. And good thing in them days people wasn't really doing much on social media, because I'll be damned if I'm sitting on social media at a table with people with calculators and they arguing about the price of a meal, when before they got here they knew what type of establishment this was. You saw the menu. You saw 5 tiger shrimp for $45. What else did you expect? You saw drinks for $15, $20. My meal literally was $100. This is what I had. There was a bowl of basmati rice on the table. I had the basmati rice. I had steamed pork buns and a brownie for dessert. I had steamed pork buns with the basmati rice, and I think it was a vegetable. I think I had like a table vegetable that was with the table, and then I had the brownie, the little brownie bite, and that was $85, and the drink was $15. So yeah, needless to say, it was an expensive meal. So if you come into a spot like this and you know the prices of the place of this, and you know what type of time it is, why would you come in there like that? Needless to say, I never went out with them again. But my solution to things like this, when these things happen, is this: when you go inside a restaurant, right? And this is so everybody won't be embarrassed. Think about it like this: when you go in a restaurant, first of all, before you even do this, sometimes go in there, y'all might want to have a discussion with people before y'all walk in the spot. Like, listen, how we gonna do this? We split the bill? No? Okay, well, how we gonna do it? Now, if you go in there and say, well, we splitting the bill, and everybody agrees to splitting the bill, cool. Brush off your shoulders, keep it moving. But if people aren't willing to split the bill equally, this is how y'all should drop it. Okay, so you go in the restaurant, right? You pick up a menu, and when you look at the menu, I want to have the crab bucket or whatever. On the menu it says $29.99. You know what? I'm just gonna boost that up to $35. Then, I'm gonna have a soda. Soda's $3. All right, let's boost that up to $5. Now we have $40. I want a salad. The salad is $7. Let's just boost that up to $10. So now we have $50 with wiggle room. So now you can either add $5 on for the tip or $10, and you'll still have paid for your meal and still given a tip, because on $29.99 there's not $5 of tax, but you're rounding up, so you can have an extra $1 or $2 there. Same thing with the soda. You might have an extra $1 or $2 here. Add $5 more for the tip, $50 right there. And that's how you can avoid going into restaurants and paying for other people's food, where I'd rather pay an extra $5 or $10 using this method than to pay $100 extra using the split the dinner method. And that will eliminate people taking advantage. That would eliminate the bicker. Everybody knows how to add. If you can't do it on the low on your phone, have somebody else do it for you. But that's just simple. If you come into the spot, your meal is $30. Like I said, rounded up to $35. You had 3 drinks at $15 each. That's $45. Add some tax on it. That's $50 right there. $85. $85 will cover that $29.99 meal, which will probably be about maybe $33. So say you have $2 left over on that. And then the drinks, you have $45, $45. On tax, that's maybe $4. So you have $1 left over, or whatever. So that's maybe $3 extra. Then you add your tip. Say I want to add tip, $10. That's $13 right there. That beats you paying. Instead of me paying $60 for I'd rather pay the $60 for my meal than to pay $90 for my meal and your meal. So yeah, I'm gonna hear y'all thoughts. I'm about to get off here now. I just want to throw that in there and try to help y'all with a solution, because that bickering and arguing in restaurants is ridiculous. Like I said, read the room. Talk to the people before you go up in here. How we doing this? How we splitting it? How's it gonna go down? Whatever you got to do that. But don't be online bickering and arguing, because that shit is embarrassing and it's distasteful. Yeah, that's it. If you got any comments, you got any things to add to it, I want to hear the people who agree. I want to hear the people who disagree. because I want to get both sides. I want to see how y'all feel about it. And for the people who agree, tell us why. For the people who disagree, tell us why. And also, if you have any other solution that's better than my solution, put it in the chat. Talk about it. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I'm out.